Okay. We're live there. And we got to go live here too.
But I can't see the live, right? From here.
Yeah, you can.
Mhm.
You can. All right. And we are live. Unapologetic Podcast. It is Wednesday. We're not in the studio. We are worldwide today. We are worldwide. Okay. I'm Sir Good with Live, the actual and factual. Kim Smith is in the rural part of Illinois.
That
Uh,
I am.
which we'll have more info on that provided by Josh. Kim, how are you tonight?
Blessed, black, and highly favored. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. I can't complain. I am here, got the Knicks on. I'm in my bedroom tonight instead of the studio. You see my beautiful bedroom. You
Oh,
see,
it looks amazing. I
you
mean,
so-
wow. I
thank you
mean,
so
the
much.
core.
Thank you so much. And
Mhm.
I get to go to my grandma's tonight. Tomorrow. Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Yes,
And
happy Thanksgiving to you as well.
and hopefully I'll sleep through the Bears game. So that's what I'm
Oh
hoping.
no! Well, I will be having the Bears game live. 11:30. I am ready.
Yeah, yeah.
That is what we'll be eating too.
Yeah, tonight we're joined. I said, let me give Josh a call because he's been on for politics and
Yeah.
relationship stuff. So I said, let's break him on Wednesday because he is one of our faithful and stays live with us, and he usually sides with me. So welcome back
You
from
know,
the blue,
I
from the
think
blue
that's a
state, from the blue state of Maryland,
Oh,
Joshua Jackson.
Josh. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Feeling thankful and happy. Got my lovely, beautiful little baby sister over here sitting next to me, and
Oh, hey sis.
yeah,
Hi.
she's over
She done
there
came
playing
on
games.
down to the DMV to eat. Who
Yeah.
cooking?
Who? Oh no, we picked up the catering today. We're not cooking.
I'm tired. I'm tired.
I'm done. I'm tired. I'm so sick of Josh. I'm
No,
so sick of
I
Josh.
got time for that. And I had special requests. I like jerk and seasoning, so I wanted like some jerk chicken. I want some gumbo, so
Where's the
I put in
turkey?
my request. Yeah, we got the turkey too, but I wanted it to be jerk turkey, so we got that catered and stuff like that. So yeah.
You know what? I have had enough of this. Another friend of mine today told me that she was catering her food. What is this? It's
Okay.
one day a year.
If y'all don't
One
get y'all
day,
the Diddy cell phone
Look.
somewhere.
It's one
one
day a
day.
year that you catering food.
You mostly all year round. You can't go in the kitchen for one day.
No,
No.
I don't cater all year round. This is a one-time thing. We literally cook here 3 to 4 times a week.
But you're not cooking dressing and macaroni and cheese. Let's just move on.
Okay.
We don't even eat that. Like we be having like whitefish and like bison and stuff. This is not within the wheelhouse of, so we had to get that catered. Because I wanted it to be good. So I said, you just go ahead and get that catered.
Well, you might have a point there, but this sounds like a dinner at the Republican National Convention. I want to welcome our longtime supporter. She wants no pub. She wants no love. It is like she does not want to do this. She actually has her camera on voluntarily. I wanted her so bad. I said, you don't even have to have your camera on. You don't have to have it on. But I thank you, Jackie, for putting on your camera. One of the most unapologetic people I know. And she knows all the latest in entertainment. Let's welcome Jackie to the show. Thank you so much, Jackie, for being here.
I was in shock when I heard that we was being graced with your presence. I'm like, I know we having something special tonight.
Nothing special. I'm just taking a break from the kitchen.
All right. Well,
No
happy
catering
Thanksgiving to
for
you all.
you.
No, I'm actually not cooking either.
Yeah, me.
Yeah, I have
But
about.
somebody in your family is cooking a real meal.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
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 All right, so we're going to get right into it because I know this is going to take some time. Kendrick Lamar is in a major windstorm, a major storm here. We got Lil Wayne on this side, which I think is unnecessary, and then you got Drake that has really taken things to another level with this pretty boy, light skin. I don't want to use the B word here. I try not to curse, but he is acting like a major B with the lawsuit. Kim, inform us about the lawsuit, and then we'll get Josh and Jackie's unapologetic opinion on is this even necessary, and is Lil Wayne and Drake, are they just being too sensitive?
Honestly, I just want to say that I think that Drake has officially ruined rap. I feel like he had done that a while ago. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like he has 100% ruined rap. As we all know, Drake and his team has filed 2 lawsuits. The first one, he accuses UMG and Spotify of inflating streams for Kendrick Lamar's "Not Like Us." And UNG responded very quickly and said, that's not true. You barking up the wrong tree. Leave us alone. He then came right back and filed an additional lawsuit claiming defamation, basically, because he basically said that they have the power to not release Not Like Us. And he is basically saying that there are certain parts of the song that are not true. That are not true, and this is basically the reason that he's able to sue them, because he said they knew they could have stopped it, but they released it anyway. So 2 lawsuits so far, complete bullshit. I personally feel like, I mean, if you lost, you lost. I think that's the end of it. I haven't been a fan of Drake in a very long time, so this just puts just like another notch in the belt of what the hell are we doing?
Jackie, what are your thoughts on once you saw Drake come out with a lawsuit against Kendrick Lamar?
Sassy.
Come on, great word. These sassy men.
Sassy. Rap beef has been what it is for ages. I mean, we do know how some rap beefs did turn into something different with like Tupac and Biggie, but like this, I mean, just go in the studio.
Yeah. Definitely light skinned. I was a fan of Drake growing up. Well, not growing up, but when he first came out, he was making some good music. And ever since he's rich and been hanging out at the Diddy parties, he's definitely just fell off completely. And to now want to take it to the court with cease and desist and lawsuits like this is the Real Housewives of Toronto. I can't believe this. Josh, whose side are you on, Kendrick Lamar or Drake?
Well, I'm always gonna be on my side first.
Okay.
But yeah, Drake is can't say it because but he a wussy.
I can say a bitch. I don't want to say it. My goodness, that's exactly what this is. This is bitch behavior / sassy behavior.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He's definitely a ban. You can BAN, you can fill that in for however you want to take it, but that's definitely what he is. I really think that this is also kind of a strategic move as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because if he have that lawsuit out on that song, then the NFL is definitely legally savvy. So that probably may prevent Kendrick from actually performing that song at the Super Bowl, because the NFL might be like, yo, we don't want to get in the middle of this lawsuit, and then they get added to the list of plaintiffs. So they're probably it's more like a chess move to try to stop Kendrick Lamar from performing that song at the Super Bowl. But if I was Kendrick, I wouldn't even perform it. I would just play the beat and have the audience sing all the lyrics.
That's smart.
And have it do that. So the whole world across the globe can be like, certified lover boy certified, and everybody in ours would definitely be like pedophile. And I also think this is the time for us to really, really eliminate this culture vulture. We need to go ahead and stream Not Like Us for all of Thanksgiving, all of Christmas, all of New Year's, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah. We need to stream it for Black History Month.
Yes.
I mean, everybody needs to contribute to at least 5 streams from that song, all the way up until Juneteenth, where we will be playing it all day. All day.
Yes.
Over and over again. And even, if we lose some loved ones at the repast when they serving Popeye's chicken, we will play Not Like Us there.
Not at the repast.
So
Jesus.
we just need to go ahead and finally bury this dude, get him out of the culture, because what he did sets a precedent of what I like to call toxic feminine masculinity in the rap game. So when somebody diss you, you get your feelings hurt,
right?
You're gonna file a defamation lawsuit because you ain't got no bars.
That part.
So it's really a
sad day.
It's such
sad day in rap. And then also, I thought it was very strategic that he dropped these lawsuits right when Thanksgiving hit. So all the big media, your Breakfast Clubs and stuff like that, everybody's on vacation for a week, right? So I honestly also, not on top of the Super Bowl being very strategic, I think they did it this time right now because then they think okay, in a week something else will happen, right? Like the Breakfast Club and stuff like this, they're not going to lead with this story because it happened over a week and a half ago when everybody was on break. I think Drake is literally the white man when he wants to be, and then the black man when he needs to be, right?
He's the Karen of hip hop.
He is literally the Karen of hip hop. I think he's very strategic in everything he does because as soon as I seen when the lawsuit dropped, I'm like, wait a minute. Envy and them had just announced that they was going on vacation for a week. Angie, everybody that would have been the top of their hour repeatedly doesn't come back until December 2nd.
You know what? I think also allegedly, I'm not sure because I'm not, I mind my po business. So allegedly, he lost, significant amount of, money and funds and revenue because of this song.
He claims so.
And I think really what he's trying to do, he's basically trying to say, no, the record company basically played unfair and try to blackball me to recoup money back. So now he's probably trying to sue them for the money that he lost because, he's a talentless Karen in the game of hip hop. Well, I wouldn't say he's talentless, but he's not at that level where he can walk on water in the purest form of hip hop with somebody like Kendrick.
Exactly.
He's an Ariana Grande of rap music. He's not like
we're gonna get to Ariana.
He's not a Kendrick. He's not a Pusha T. He's not like a Quality of Most. No, that's not him. He's not that.
And Pusha T, and when they were battling, he actually said that it was the opposite. That Drake was paying, Spotify and all of them to inflate his numbers or whatever. So it just kills me. I'm just like, he is literally the little boy that cried wolf. I've lost so much respect for him. But now this, I have no words. I
think we should just close out this podcast with just playing Not Like Us.
They would flag it, but and then also he's trying to run this thing that saying that people were asking their Alexa to play him. But the song, all of a sudden it would play Not Like Us. I don't believe that at all. And also he's trying to claim that, let's just say I'm on Spotify and I put in an artist or whatever, and then the playlist started, that the playlist, no matter, even if I pick jazz, country, or anything, that the playlist would play Not Like Us on purpose. I'm
That's
like,
not true. I coach at the gym and I play
every day.
I coach at the gym and I play the Kendrick playlist. It actually plays Drake songs on Kendrick playlist on Pandora.
Yeah,
it's just, bro.
Yeah, that's a Pandora. They love that.
It is absurd the way that he's trying to and then the whole it's defamation because I'm not a pedophile. Well, he can come back and sue you the same way if he's never hit his wife. Because don't forget, right? That's what he said. He said he beat his wife. You can come back and say, okay, this child is mine. You said that my child was my best friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the guy who discovered Drake, Lil Wayne, is
Losing.
I don't like the way he responded as well. This is not a direct hit on him not playing the Super Bowl as we talked about before. Right now, Kendrick has the number one album in the country, or will have the number one album in the country. I was privy to hear most of it the other day where I winning some money playing spades. Shout out to Jax. And and
Get him off the table then.
yeah, and so and I wasn't impressed. I'm not a those West Coast songs. I needed to still have that R&B feel for it, but nevertheless, he will have the number one album, and is coming out at a perfect time. He's hot. This if, from a marketing standpoint, this is the right thing to do. Now Kendrick, I like it. It's messy. It was no need for him to mention anything about Lil Wayne on the song, but he did. And hey, Lil Wayne just gonna have to get over it.
Well, I don't blame him because everybody was trying to make it like this was a flop. Like Kendrick has won like his Grammy performance, amazing. I think this whole theory of Lil Wayne feeling like something was taken for him is absolutely absurd. Lil Wayne sucks live. I'm sorry. Like, that's just what it is. Like, I can't give you 14 minutes on a global stage at the Super Bowl and you fuck it up. Like, then that's the NFL's issues. That's Jay's and them issues. So
well, I don't think that. I don't think that.
I don't think he would have done a great job at the Super Bowl. I just don't.
I think the issue for me was his entitlement to Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like you just felt like they should give you Super Bowl because the Super Bowl is going to be in New Orleans. Like, when did that become a thing? I understand that Drake did it when the Super Bowl was in California. I know Usher did it last year. Super Bowl was in Atlanta, but I don't think it was because of proximity or it had anything to do with where they were from.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I think for me, it was the entitlement that Wayne had to Super Bowl. And he's literally been crying about it. Like, seriously. Really you've been literally crying about it. And I think for Kendrick, that's my Gemini brother. And we don't and he said that no one congratulated him on a Super Bowl besides Nas.
Yep.
I think it was. Am I right?
Yep.
And I think for him, he looks up to Lil Wayne. Like, he acknowledges the fact that Lil Wayne is somebody that he listened to or influenced by, and you don't even congratulate me, but you, in the midst of your crying, you could say like, oh, I'm happy for, Kendrick, he's going to kill it. But no one has reached out or anything to Kendrick. So, I mean, it is what it is. You know how people do.
Armando Reddick live with us on Facebook is saying the Louisiana Fest, which I felt like I should have been there, was weak. The Hot Boys coming out made that performance.
See?
Yeah, I didn't see it, but look, I agree with you, Jackie. But Wayne, what I want to see come out of this is some good music. I hope that Drake and Lil Wayne are in the studio or writing their lyrics, or if they got somebody else writing some stuff, let's just go ahead and give us some good music out of it. Not just them talking about Kendrick, but music. I mean, they not like us, even though he was talking about Drake and the people, it was catchy. It was something that people are still listening to this day. So
it has so many meanings.
Yeah.
They Not Like Us has so many different meanings. Yeah. So
that's good music.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm hoping we get out of this.
Does Drake get accepted back? Does Drake get accepted back in the rap community after this? Like, is everybody going to come out and make excuses for him?
Yeah, he's going to get accepted back.
He does.
Yeah. His number one fan base is black women.
Yeah.
And black men that fashion themselves as black women.
Unfortunately. No, but Drake has a huge fan base.
He does.
This generation love.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This new generation of kids, he is their Tupac, he is their
Oh,
Biggie, he is their. I think Lil Wayne is that person for our generation, um, and
absolutely.
and Drake is that for them. Like my son, he go say Drake, and I just love it. Like, are you serious? Now Drake, good stuff. Hot Light Bling, that type of stuff. That was good stuff back there. But the stuff he's come out with lately, and then he doing collaboration albums and stuff. If you the GOAT, what you doing collaboration albums for at this juncture? You still at the top of your game. So,
well,
uh,
Kendrick ran down a whole list of why he needed them collabs. I'm just
yeah.
saying.
So hopefully we get some good music out of this. But
Yeah.
I just,
Well,
yeah,
Wayne hasn't really, to me, ushered a hot verse since the Carter Three.
Oh,
And that's being generous. I'll probably say the Carter Two. Every time I hear his music, I'll be like, he talking about the same ish. Ooh, he born Skip. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm 42 years old. I got retirement plans, kids, and houses. I don't have time for that. I don't need to hear you about skateboards, weed, and lean. This is not. I can't relate to this. So, like I don't. I'm glad actually because this is one of the few instances where I want to ride the wave of so-called representation.
mm.
Because when the black community needs all the positive PR it can get, we do ourselves enough negative damage as is. And when they show the Super Bowl, when you have the 52 to 62% white America watching it, I'd rather them have Kendrick's face up there than this extra from Women's 2 up on the stage. So
Damn.
um
Wow.
let's just like I just rather have that. I think if you listen to Kendrick's music and the underlying hidden message that he's trying to put out there,
Mm-hmm.
I would rather have him have that stage and representing Black America or a black man than having Lil Wayne up there in the first place. I mean, so and he's a Grammy. If anything, you see that guy behind me, Michael. I mean, he won a Grammy last year. I mean, he should be up there. Get him a set or something. And K Doc even said, he said, if y'all love real hip hop, then Killer Mike could be platinum. So I'm like, I think this is a great choice. Great entertainer. This is a great distraction for us, for Lil Wayne to be sipping his cup and whining with his little, high yellow house slave called Drake. But we moving on.
and that we will move on. What's his name? Like I said, Kendrick Lamar will have the #1 album. He will that makes Wicked the soundtrack, which is a big deal. That
Mm-hmm.
will have to go to #2. All 12 of his songs are #1 on Apple. If you see the screen, Ariana Grande, who is the star of Wicked, I don't know much about Wicked at all. I thought it was a play. Is it Wizard of Oz? What the hell is Wicked?
It's
I
the
don't.
prequel to the Wizard
Yes.
of Oz.
Yes.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
okay.
It's the prequel.
Mm-hmm. You
So
find
it
out
has,
where Glinda the Good Witch and all that came from,
yeah,
which is who Ariana Grande plays.
yeah,
Okay, and
Yeah.
it's been a stage play for a while, right?
Yes.
yeah. It still is.
Mhm.
Okay,
I saw it a couple of years ago. It's really good.
Have you
okay.
already seen the movie, Jackie?
No, I have not. I am trying to find 3 hours this weekend to go
Which
see
is
it.
true. Yeah,
3 hours
$3.
is a long time.
I want to wait till it calms down. I heard that they still have like sporadic people singing in the theaters and stuff like that, and like how my nerves work. Like I'm gonna wait.
Oh yeah, they're gonna know. If you watch the plays, a lot of people have done Wicked. I guess growing up in theater, like in schools, a lot of
Mhm.
schools do it, so they know all the songs. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So Ariana, I've been hearing about Cynthia Erivo so much, maybe because I'm black. But Ariana Grande is the star of the show, which I like Ariana Grande. She was discovered by Tyler Bell years ago,
Hmm.
and she's a good talent, good singer. She's a pretty young lady. and she's the only artist to have a #1 single, album, and movie in the U.S. this year. That is so. Congratulations to her. We have to give congratulations to Ariana. Cynthia Erivo is just a talent that can probably be a legendary talent that we can talk of, that we'll be talking about to our grandkids. I think that she has that much potential. And what's coming out now is the major pay disparity. And I really hope it's not true, but that's why we have the actual and factual Kim Smith to let us know the real deal.
Yeah, so this rumor was false, and it's already been debunked. There was a rumor that came out that Ariana Grande was paid $15 million for Wicked, and Cynthia Erivo was only paid $1 million. That is completely false. They came out and said that both of them were paid the exact same. They did not put out what they made, but the studio and they confirmed that they were paid the exact same amount. Cynthia Erivo comes from Broadway, so like I was shocked that this rumor even kind of started. Like Cynthia Erivo is not new. Like she's been some places. She's had some roles. So I wouldn't even seen her agent accepting anything like this. 15 million and $1 million, like that's insane.
Jackie, do you believe this?
Believe what?
That there's no disparity here? Would you believe something like that? I don't think that I would believe that they'd be paid.
I didn't when I first read that. I didn't believe it, but that wouldn't have shocked me if it were true.
Yeah.
So that's the unfortunate part, but I am very happy to hear that it is not true.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Josh, are you a fan of theater and stuff like this? Ariana or Cynthia?
I mean, I do like the theater arts, but I could care less about Wicked. I mean, actually, me and my sister's making me take her to go see it this weekend. So
good job, sis.
Anything for my little Stanky. But other than that, I can care less. And I'm not surprising that Jasmine Brand would print a lot of misleading headline. I'm not surprised.
Jasmine Brand, damn. Okay.
Well, I'm glad. All right. Well, we're going to move on from that. I'm glad that is a not true story because Cynthia, I mean, that lady can sing her butt off. I mean, and she can act. She Jennifer Hudson, and I like Jennifer Hudson, Chi-Town's own.
She better get an EGOT.
But yeah, Cynthia played Aretha Franklin on one of those
National Geographic.
Yeah, National Geographic. Right. Yeah. She killed it. Like Jennifer Hudson version, the respect that was in theater could not compare at all. Yeah.
I feel like as long as her personal life don't get too complicated, because allegedly her and Lena Waithe are together.
They've been dating for years, though.
But that's why Lena Waithe wife.
Yeah, Lena Waithe left her. She left her long-time wife, fiance for her.
Cynthia Erivo.
But I feel like
I hope Cynthia don't get involved in the Chi.
No, please don't.
Keep her career hot.
It's time for that to.
It is. I ain't watched it since they found Keisha.
But I feel like it has settled because no one talks about it anymore. Because it's been a long time. I feel like now they've been together, 3 years?
I think they said 2 or 3 years.
And wasn't Lena one of the producers or something on? She did something with Wicked.
I'm surprised they let her close to it. Okay. Well, that's good for her then.
I'm not sure. It's just something that I read that you can probably dig into that. But yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that they were an item. Well, usually when people come out like that, you have to assume Cynthia is, if you go by looks, and Lena Waithe, she just is it she or he? I don't. Is it?
I think she still identifies as a she.
Okay, I just want to make sure you're right.
Still identifies as a she.
Yeah. Okay. But since she been out, she definitely we knew from the start. But speaking of which, uh, Khalid, that was down the list, but Khalid has come. He was outed by some man on social media, and now we know that he's singing about men in his songs. You know, like when you say "send me your location" and stuff like that. Great, great artists. I mean, but Josh, does it change the flow for you any bit of how you listen to people now? Like when you listen to Tevin Campbell talk about "Can we talk for a minute" and things like that. Does it make you not want to listen to the song anymore?
No, you know what? I really don't care about that. Their personal preferences to me is like to me is like people that put pineapple on pizza. I ain't gonna share one with you, but I allow you to have your right to do it. So that's just how it is to me. I mean, personally, actually one of my favorite male R&B artists is Frank Ocean. And I need Frank Ocean to put out an album. He playing. So like I don't like Khaled, him being gay. I don't care. I could care less. His last album was not as good as I wanted it to be. So maybe that, that secrecy maybe clouded his creative ability. Maybe now that he's out and free, he'll come back with a nice, smooth, song or something. But I mean, we need to stop this. Like people being outed for being like, this is ridiculous. Like being out at this point, that's like me being outed for like not knowing how to electric slide at the cookout. Really? I think that's a bigger headline.
No.
Josh cannot electric slide at the cookout.
I agree. You can't play spades?
First of all, that's a lie. But that would be
that would be a bigger headline.
That would be a Jasmine brand headline.
It really would.
That would be a lie. But like, no, like I could.
I disagree. I disagree with you all. I feel like once Frank Ocean, when the women didn't know that he was talking about men, he was popular. People were buying his music, and he was a better writer. And whenever people come out. And I guess it's more musically inclined versus an actress like Cynthia Adorivo. But okay, but but Khalid, I don't like this for him because I think that it's going to be very hard for him to put out some good music. And as you said, his last album wasn't as good, Josh. I think that this changes everything. We're still not in that type of society as we see who our next president is going to be. We're not in that type of society where this is fully accepted. Yeah.
Well, one thing I do want to clear up with Khalid is that in his eyes, he was never in the closet, that he was never hiding anything. He never denied being gay or anything like that. Unfortunately, he was dealing with this other artist / TikTok artist whatever that clearly was outing him for clout. Like, I guess he thought that it was going to be a bigger reaction or something like that Khalid was gay. A lot of people had already assumed that he was. And so I loved how he dealt with it. He literally came out and was like, okay, and next topic or next subject, because
I applaud that too.
But right, like it's not, this is not even a conversation anymore. Like, someone being outed, it did exactly what it was supposed to do. They turned on the person that outed him. Like, and the conversation about him being gay is not even relevant.
Well, whoever outed him got a couple of coins from somebody, and they'll get that. He not even gonna get 15 minutes. He gonna get 2 minutes of fame, and then that'll be it from there. Go ahead.
I think the alphabet soup community needs to really stop. Like, I don't think this serves the so-called the progressiveness of that movement when you weaponize something like this, because you trying to say, oh, love is love, or this is not whatever the, I don't know what the agenda is, but clearly they're trying to say like, no, this should be part of the mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're trying to push to that, that's the end goal to the overall and the general acceptance of people being who they are, and openly, honestly, you don't weaponize that. Like,
Agreed.
so like, oh, no, he coming out the closet, no, like you're weaponizing what you are trying to universally be accepted and not ostracized for. It doesn't mesh or work together. So I really think that's another sucker move right
Okay.
there
It's
too.
ass backwards.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
No
hopefully.
pun intended.
Oh, yikes. My bad.
Yeah.
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 I
Well,
didn't. I
well,
heard it after you. Yeah. Mhm.
yeah. Well, we'll just blame it on the delay. So hopefully Khalid or Khalid, whatever his
Khalid.
name is, he will recover from this story, just like TD Jakes. TD Jakes is back and out of the hospital. Went home recently. Get well, TD Jakes. And after he was claimed to be at a lot of Diddy parties, no bail for Diddy for the third time as well. Woody McClain. I like Woody McClain, except for this White Sox hat that he has on. To play Michael Vick in a biopic. I couldn't think of anybody else I would rather play Michael Vick. Josh, you got any other male people, maybe a athlete, actor that could play Michael Vick? And are you excited about this biopic?
I'm excited, but I also want them to be very, very honest about the biopic too. I want them to be like the high school something in the water, the Virginia Tech days, because that Hampton Bay area, big AI, those guys are neighborhood legends. So so like I want them to be very honest, and also I want them to give him his flowers because Michael Vick probably was, in my opinion, the second greatest left-hand quarterback to ever play in the NFL.
Okay.
That man could throw the ball on the rope 60 yards down the field, man. Like, and then for him to have literally 3 years of his prime snatched away and then come out and still balling on these bums, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I just want to ensure that when I do go to the movies, that there are no PETA protesters throwing like blood out on people or anything.
You
like
know
that.
it's gonna happen. You know it. They can't. They treat dogs better than they treat a lot of humans, especially if you of this color. So yeah, I don't know how honest they are going to be about the dog fight is going to be. Well, I don't know who's doing it. Kim, do we know who's doing this movie? Okay.
From my understanding, he's like is going to be a producer on it. Michael Vick himself. So I mean, I don't think that they will stray away from things like that, But again, you don't want people leaving the theater having a different opinion about him. So I'm pretty sure they're going to clean it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, if he's a producer, then he'll probably be shown in not so bad of light. But if he
wasn't it proven or wasn't it shown that it was his cousins that was actually doing the dog fight?
But it wasn't even him.
Right.
It wasn't even him. It was like his family was using his, like he wasn't directly involved in it.
Correct.
But he ended up taking the fall for it. So
yeah.
And
I think
Jackson, are you a Woody McClain fan?
I like Woody. He cool.
Yeah, we like him in Power. I really liked him in the new edition.
Bobby Brown, amazing.
I think he might be the only person that could probably do a Michael Vick in Hollywood though. Maybe him or either probably Denzel's son, John David Washington.
Oh, John David Washington. Yeah, I love him. Yeah.
And since we going back to the Michael Vick days, quick shout out to Christina Milian, who at 46 still looks damn good. Josh, do you agree with that?
Man, that girl fine, bro.
Yeah.
That's a fine woman right there. I mean, but she's always been attractive and pretty. Like, I think she dated what's that goofy
Dream?
Name?
Yep.
That's one goofy. The other one was it Will Ferrell?
No, can't be Will Ferrell.
I don't know, but yeah, she's always been attractive.
Was she with Lil Wayne?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah. No, I think
Lil Wayne do got a nice roster though.
He does.
He does. But yeah,
She
Christina
only got
Milian,
to think about a dream.
I think that may be
her and the Dream have 2 children together.
2 children.
Oh Lord. Wow.
Yeah, but but this is once again, we need to stop letting this be news. You know what I'm saying? Because
you're thinking about Nivea Goodwin.
Oh, okay.
So Nivea was with Wayne and Dream.
Okay.
She has a child with both of them.
Yeah. Okay.
But millennial black women are out here killing the game. They not aging like the lace front baby hairs generation. So you got greats like Nivea, Kelly Rowland, Beyonce. I mean, they all in their late 40s, and look at them. I mean, like, they not like that.
Absolutely looks gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah. So she looks amazing. She looks great. You know what I'm saying? When you got money and you can drink alkaline water and go to the spa twice a week, man, you supposed to look like this.
Yeah, because she ain't had no music. Can we get a thing?
She is a 3-time star on Netflix. Like all of her movies, and I think she does again executive producing, always hit. Like she just came out with a new Christmas movie with
she did,
with Ralph Angel. What's his? Okay, well I call him Ralph Angel.
Kofi.
Yeah, Kofi. Thank you. I call him Ralph Angel, but yes, Kofi. It was cute.
He is Ralph Angel. He'll always be.
He's gonna be Ralph Angel to me with his fine self. But yes.
Okay. Wow. Angel Reese, Kevin Durant. Angel Reese has gone online saying that she wants to date somebody an athlete, somebody tall, preferably a basketball player. Kind of sounds like the actual and factual Kim Smith. Kim, what do you think? Kim, what were your thoughts? You saw that Angel Reese and Kevin Durant.
This is not true. There's nothing that showed this. There's nothing that proved this. I looked everywhere. I don't know where they got this from. I don't know where this rumor came from, but I'm standing on this belief that I couldn't find anything, so I don't think it's true. And I think, and it's no shade to Kevin Durant, but I personally think that Angel Reese, if she's gonna pick, I don't think her pick would be Kevin Durant.
Well, I know if she did pick Kevin Durant, she would not want that baby to have Kevin Durant's hair. I think
Kevin Durant has not ran a brush through his hair for 10 years. I don't think I just don't. I have no.
Yeah, shout out to Angel Reese, Chicago Sky's very own. Kim, great news. Jonathan Majors making a comeback. He's engaged, and now the white woman who tried to bring him down, I think this is her, is dropping the lawsuit. Kim, what's going on?
So Grace Jabari officially dropped all lawsuits against him the day after he got engaged. And this just screams something to me. Like, I don't know. This is a conversation we can have really quick. I personally think that the lawsuit and stuff was filed, and it was one of those things like, I'm going to do this because I wanted to show him that I still care, and maybe like he will come back and like, all of this, drama, because it seemed like their relationship was full of so much drama. Maybe she thought that this would be a way to, for whatever strange reason, kind of reel him back in. I know everybody knows those type toxic couples, because I thought the timing of her dropping everything was insane. Like, they literally announced their engagement, and then the next day she dropped the lawsuit. Like, to me, it was very much like, well, I couldn't ruin you, or you're not coming back, so whatever. But I don't know. Like, has anybody dealt with or know like those toxic couples that jab at each other just to get the reaction from the other? Mm-hmm. That's what this felt like to me.
Yeah. Did he give her a couple of dollars?
There has been no word of any type of settlement or anything like that. She dropped the lawsuits.
Okay.
But I think she just finally realized he's not coming back. He's engaged. Mm-hmm. Him and Megan Good, even if they did start with them cheating, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. That's what basically she's standing by. It doesn't matter how it started, but clearly it's ending in marriage.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Jax, are you a Jonathan Majors fan? and think he's beautiful like Kim does?
No comment. I have no comment here. This is
Oh,
above me.
You don't even have to think he is beautiful. Just watch his work. Like he is.
I have nothing to say. Good luck. Good luck to him and Megan Good.
This is such a loss. Oh my God. Go ahead.
Jussie Smollett is also going to get some charges dropped against him, like Jonathan Majors. What made the Illinois Supreme Court overturn his conviction? Did he make a big donation to the Trump campaign, Kim?
No, very simple. They just basically deemed it double jeopardy. And a lot of people forget that him and Kim Fox had came up with a plea deal when all of this very, very first happened. But the DA's office and everything was getting so much pressure about this that they ended up picking it back up and retrying him. And that's when he officially got convicted. Now, I think a lot of people think when they read this that everything was overturned. It's not to say that he didn't do exactly what they said he did. It's the fact is that double jeopardy, once he made an agreement with her, then they were not supposed to hire a special prosecutor to come in and retry him for the same thing that she had deemed that they had made a deal on, basically.
Okay. Well, shut
That's
up.
crazy that is crazy that was even allowed to go forward, because that is blatantly unconstitutional. But he got off, but he should be paying some fines for wasting taxpayers' monies. Illinois be blowing all this money on migrants. They can't be affording to spend it on like these wild cases and things of such nature. And also, just to go back, I want Jonathan Majors to go and get the same lawyers that Drake got and sue old girl.
Very true. Now that I am 10 toes down with 100%. I would sue the shit out of her. That's what he should do.
Yeah, I'm getting a civil. I need 250 mil civil.
Quickly.
Yeah.
Everything I lost with, especially with that Marvel deal, I need that times 2.
Yeah.
That will make some stuff stop happening out in these streets.
Yeah.
And even though she probably don't have all that, hey, whatever.
She better pull it up from the mud.
She's a movement coach, okay? Like
a movement coach.
Yes.
Yeah. She better go.
She's a movement coach. That's what she
can specialize in moving this money to my bank. That's what she can move. The M's to my account.
Well, later in the show, we're going to talk about Lisa Ray, the movement coach. So, Botham Jean, he was shot in 2018 by a Texas police officer or a Dallas police officer. And we got some news with that. Kim, what happened?
Yeah, so Botham John was shot in his own apartment by Amber Gallagher, I think was her name. Back in 2018, she claimed that she busted into the apartment and did not realize that it was his apartment and not hers, and ended up killing him on his couch as he sat eating a bowl of ice cream. We reported on this, and it was just so unbelievable because we couldn't believe that her explanation of events just didn't make sense. So she ended up getting 9 years, almost 10, and they filed a lawsuit. She's still in jail.
She never left jail.
Well, she's still in jail. In prison, should I say? Sorry.
But I'm saying like she's been in jail since she was correct. Okay.
Yeah. So she she didn't get to come home. But they won a almost $10 million lawsuit against her. But the problem is with these type of lawsuits is that Amber doesn't have this type of money. So, and then on top of that, she's in prison. So don't get me wrong. I don't think that it is they won't ever see the 10 million, but you never know, what they can sue her estate for.
I thought the city or the state paid them.
Well, no. So in this particular lawsuit, from how it was explained in red, when they filed against her as an individual. So I from what I read, it was against her, and it would be against her estate. They didn't sue the city, which they should have.
Right. The
Yeah.
city the city should be able to pay this family for what they went through and to get her pension, something, because she had been on for a while, right?
Yeah, she had been a cop for a couple of years or whatever. Like I said, this is just the original lawsuit that I skimmed through. It basically like jumped out at the fact that they would be trying to claim this money from her. But again, I don't know. Like maybe the attorneys can go back through and figure something out.
My assistant's telling me that the family did sue the city and they got 98.6 million from the city.
Right. That was the judgment amount. But
Yeah.
the city, for whatever reason, if you read through the byline, the city is not being held liable for that amount. She is.
Okay.
So
Oh,
it's
And this
different.
incident happened while she was off duty, right?
Correct. It happened while I was off duty. Exactly.
Yeah. So
Exactly. So it's different tiers. Like you can sue the city and you can sue the police or whatever like that. But once the order is officially written, the order is the person that they put in the order is liable for the money.
yeah. Well, the money will not bring Brotham back, but it'll sure enough help. So condolences to the family. I'm pretty sure they're still grieving because they still have to be bothered with this 6 years later, going into year 7. But
and I hope they stop accepting apologies. Like that was a big thing during the trial, that the brother accepted her apology and things like that. Like as a community, as Black, we have to stop doing that.
yeah,
Like I get and understand that, a lot of us are Christian based and, you're supposed to forgive and things like that. But I just don't really think that people understand what the juries hear when you say, I accept your apology, or I understand that you had a lapse of judgment. Like you don't know what those 12 jurors are thinking when you're accepting that type of apology. And I remember that was a huge thing at the trial that the brother did that.
Yeah. Black people, the most apologetic people, we've been going through things for centuries in this country. And I agree with you. You can forgive, just do it in private. Just keep it between you and Jesus, or you or your God. You don't need to do it in public because of that.
There's nothing wrong with saying. I think one word was missing in that statement where he said, "You know what? Because you can say, because I'm a believer in Jesus and I'm a Christian, and for the sake of my own personal peace, I forgive you. But my forgiveness does not come without the condition of your accountability."
Now, I respect that.
So,
but I respect it as well. But it seems soft, And if you're a jury, and especially if you are maybe a racist jury, we talk about Texas here,
Dallas,
it's like yeah. And so if she only got 9 years, that means that she can maybe getting out at any time because she has time served.
Yeah,
well,
2
they
more
haven't
years.
said anything about good behavior or anything. That is definitely something.
Yeah, so she might be on her way out the door, and they have no money and no brother, no son. Unbelievable. Shout out to this great country of America, which a lot of you all are showing your ass. You voted for Trump, and it will get worse. So we'll leave that there. So, Deion Sanders, Josh, would you prefer Deion in college football or in the NFL? And if he was offered a job, do you think he should take it in the NFL?
Man, I hate the Cowboys, bro. They bums. They bums. Like, you know what? If Deion took the Cowboys job, I hope he gut that whole roster. Like, none of those that whole roster. Like, first of all, get rid of Dak. He trash. The rest of them, the defense don't want to tackle. Like, I can get some peewee football players down the street that want to tackle more than they would. They bums. Like, but I don't actually want Deion to take an NFL head coach job. I don't want him. I want Deion for the time being to remain at the college level because he is dynamically changing the scene on the collegiate football level. He is bringing a new standard, a new wave to it, and he is actually taking what you would call talented, rich, immature young men, and he's giving them great life lessons. He has a greater impact just on these young men at the more on the college level, because once they get to the NFL, they still young, they still, you know what I'm saying, but it's like it's a harder way to motivate them. You got to coach them different, you know what I'm saying, and it's kind of hard to really reach them on that personal level. I know Prime could do it because, you know, I feel that that man is chosen. He's just chosen. You know, he's just chosen to do what he does. But I don't think the sorry Cowboys deserve him.
You know, I'm not a Dallas Cowboys fan either, and I would love to just see them lose every game for the rest of my life. Uh, I don't. Dion, you know, does not seem to like finish what he started. If we just go back to Jackson State, where I would have loved to see him stay with the historically black college, to, you know, that his effect trickled all was nationwide with historically black colleges. So if I have to, have to predict here, I'm going to predict that he will definitely jump to the NFL if he gets called, especially with his son leaving, because that's just what he seems to do. And Dion, it's prime time for a reason. You know, it's about money for Dion too. So for the right price, I'm pretty sure he would be gone. Even though I would love to see him build Colorado up or even Florida State up to be
That's what
powerhouse
he
university
yeah.
again.
I would love to see him go to coach at F. It seemed like he should have went to FSU because FSU is trash.
Yeah.
I think NIU would come in and beat them like they beat Notre Dame. But yeah, I will personally, I don't want him to go down. I don't think Dallas will ever be great until Jerry Jones sells that franchise, and I want them to continuously to, you know, disappoint their delusional fans and lose every year.
Yeah.
How old is Jerry?
That'd be late.
I think he's about the same age as Mr. Burns from The Simpsons.
Yeah, he
That's what I'm saying. Y'all might not have to worry about him selling.
Yeah, he's Trump. He's
His
Trump.
his sons ain't any better. You know what? If Deion gonna go to any NFL team, let it be the Bears.
No.
Hell no.
You know that's not happening.
Absolutely.
You know that's not happening.
Yeah.
So I want to give a quick shout out to Tariq, Scooble, Chris Sale, Shohei Ohtani, and Aaron Judge for being Cy Young winners and MVPs in Major League Baseball. Ohtani, of course, with the biggest contract ever, and he most times when athletes sign that big contract, they usually get hurt or become a bust. And Ohtani definitely showed his worth this year, bringing the championship to Los Angeles and also putting up one of the greatest seasons in baseball history with over 50 home runs and over 60 stolen bases. And they're thinking that he could be a 60-60 guy in the future. So shout out to those men for winning the MVP and the highest pitching honors. You're not a baseball fan, right, Josh? No.
No. I'm an absolute baseball fan. You know this. That's why you said that. Because my Yankees was in the World Series. Stop playing with me.
And they lost to Shohei, but
but they were there. You know, where were the Cubs?
Oh Lord. Okay.
Right.
They were there.
You ain't have to say nothing about the Cubs. You only get one champion. And it was not the Cubs, it was not the Yankees. Let's get that clear.
But you know, my thing, I'm happy that because baseball was actually my first love, my first sport, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So and then I graduated because I preferred violence. I moved to football, but baseball is my first love. So, but I'm happy. And actually, I think this arguably Shohei put together probably the greatest season in baseball.
Yeah.
The home runs with no steroids, probably just straight sushi or whatever, and 60 stolen bases. And then the man is literally striking out people. He's in that category with Babe Ruth now in terms of what the numbers he's putting out. So yeah, this is a big win for baseball. So
I agree with that. Jackie, we're going to have to bow out of this next conversation because we're from the great city of Chicago where we vote Democrat. Kim, Josh, you're from Carbondale.
I'm from Chicago too. What are you talking about?
You're from Chicago, but we kind of undecided on where you vote, though. And the new Illinois would definitely be red. So, what is going on down there, Kim? Why do you all not want to be a part of Chicago?
They think it's too city. They don't like I've said this multiple times. Small city folk, okay, where there's still sundown towns and things like that. Like they do not like city life. Like they think that it's like a slap in the face of like real culture. They feel like the city does too much. They feel like the city embraces too much. Like I've lost track of times, how many times I've heard people say, oh my goodness, like you live in Chicago? Oh my God. Like they truly do think the news is everywhere. Like they do not think that there is a safe neighborhood there, period. Mm-hmm. Everything is in chaos. Everything is crime. That's just, how most rural people feel. And then the further you go to Southern Illinois, like, yikes.
Josh, why don't you give us a perspective, a political perspective of why people who vote red would want to secede from the major cities?
I think it's basically cultural and value based. Where if you look at that map, I mean, everything that was blue was mostly in the urban area. And in urban areas, they, there are certain cultural values and that are more accepted than there are in rural areas. But in this particular instance, I would let them have at it so that Chicago can also take its tax revenue from the rest of the state. Because last time I checked, Chicago accounts for like over 60% of the tax revenue for the state of Illinois. Mm-hmm. So cool. Then that means that Chicago can actually spend maybe $20,000 per pupil and not have to divvy it up with the rest of the kids around there, Mm-hmm. So to each his own. But I think that's why it's really a cultural thing. And I think that was one of the factors in this election. It was pretty much, cultural and kind of like a push to be like, okay, all this progressiveness and identity, like we just need to put a pause on this, because once they start arguing about, I think the straw that broke the camel's back was probably the gender issue.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
When we started arguing about like, okay, like, yeah, you're gay, lesbian, whatever, but when you start with the genders in the bathroom, people's like, okay, this is too much. Like, what are we doing here? And yeah. I think that was probably the main issue that really separated people from that so-called red and blue line on a cultural aspect. And that's pretty much what this is indicative of, because Chicago is very, open and accepting and progressive, where the rest of Illinois is like, I'm at the Sizzler, I just want to have a Coke, leave me alone.
We don't have Sizzler anymore, but the Ponderosa definitely would have been a spot to roll up to, Okay. I do agree with that too, because they did some exit interview polls, and a lot of people were saying that they could not get behind the fact that the Democrats just could not say that men could not have babies. Like I had no clue that was like something that like people were really honing in on. But I guess in a couple of interviews or something like that, I guess they kept saying that the Democrats in general, not just Kamala, just kept passing like very small things that they felt like that they should have been able to answer. And that was one of them.
Yeah. Unreal. Jackie, you're a world traveler. Is there any place in the world that you would rather be other than Chicago?
When you say be or live,
Live.
no.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you all want to succeed, go ahead and take the trash state of Texas with you, even though they're offering families who make under 100K.
But I am open. I am open, but it wouldn't be. It would be for other reasons, but just to like pick up and go, no.
Yeah. Okay. You all
really?
go to the,
Even with this cold, like real okay. No, I like y'all city. I've been there for a very long time.
It's been cold since 1984.
Which is very true. See, I don't have that same. Maybe if I was born there, I would just be like, oh, it's just winter.
Consistent. It's consistent.
Yes. Y'all winter was the very first winter ever that almost killed me. Like that. Yeah. That's it. Like I'm serious. Y'all think my very first winter in Chicago, it almost took me completely out.
But you're still with us.
That's right. That's
you know what it is.
You can't. I know you can't make that salary down there in Carbondale. Oh no.
Somebody that I know posted. They actually posted today. There was some influencer like, "Oh, you guys need to, get out of the place where you're from." And like the person that posted was like, "Yeah, y'all need to leave it." I mean, it's like you're from Milwaukee. Like, yeah, you should get out of Milwaukee.
Not Milwaukee.
Yeah,
you definitely get out of Milwaukee.
Like you all are white collar people. I do think that if this type of nonsense was to happen, that people would actually sign up to beat a co-worker's ass. And I think that it would be great entertainment and great stress reliever. Does anybody have people that they want to whoop their ass on a daily basis in the workforce?
I will take a weekly sign-in sheet.
Oh, wow.
Line it up.
Yeah.
Line it up. Matter of fact, I will block out my calendar because I literally have about 18 hours of meetings a week. But I will block out my Fridays and Mondays for personal coaching with these hands.
I'll come in on the weekend.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
And if I lose, that's perfectly fine. Like I'm fine with that. If I lose, you know what I'm saying? That's cool.
Yeah.
You ain't got, you know what I'm saying?
No, I'm not okay with losing.
No, but you know what? If I lose, then all right. You get to ask that extra slow question on the meeting. But I'm gonna get a rematch because I need to stop.
I was gonna say, you just gotta run it back.
I can't allow you to take a 15-minute meeting that turned into 30. I don't need your passive aggressiveness on your notes. I don't need you to turn your camera on when I'm not properly dressed, and I just, yes.
Don't. Now that's what get on my nerves. The people that be overly hyped to have their cameras on. Yo.
Yes. Got their cat in the camera while they rubbing it. Like, are you Dr. Evil rubbing your cat during the meeting? What is wrong with you? Like,
shout out to my profile picture because that's the only thing they said. Me, I ain't turned my camera on in weeks. I'm just like, no. End of the year. Hit me.
I got a boss. He be like, can you all cut your cameras on, please? You can't expect to be respected if you can't see what you're doing. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh,
anyway.
No. Oh hell.
Well, Josh, you don't mind losing as long as you get to fight another day. But Chuck Woolery is not going to get another day. The legendary TV show host of the Love Connection has died at 83. And did you all know that he was the first Wheel of Fortune host before Pat Stevens?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah. Chuck Woolery dead at 83. Love Connection. My favorite episode of Love Connection was actually on Martin with Sinead and Chris Rock.
I forgot about the Love Connection. My goodness.
Yeah.
They said you don't disrespect no lady.
Another one of my favorite date shows was Change Your Heart too. I really liked that. I used to watch that when I got home from school. I used to love when they used to say "Change Your Heart." They used to look salty as hell. I would have asked you all a question. That want all three of you to answer. Sir Mix-a-Lot, how much do you think Sir Mix-a-Lot is worth today? Jackie.
15 million.
Oh, wow. That's more than I thought. Kim.
I didn't
Sir
look
Mix-a-Lot.
up.
He has one hit.
I'm going 5 million.
Josh.
I would say probably like 20 million if his business was right and the royalties were correct. Because Sir Mix-a-Lot was also known as DJ Sperm back in the West Coast, and he was a pioneer of a lot of
100 million.
So Sir Mix-a-Lot has made over 100 million, but to this day he's worth between 20 and 30 million dollars. He said, "Hey, I haven't fallen off since 1992." So shout out to Sir Mix-a-Lot for still making it work. I thought he was gonna be working at Popeyes or something.
Oh wow. Okay. Down at the Wendy's.
Right.
Okay.
You know, that does. I mean, that's what happened to Elvin from the Cosby Show. He was
but
down.
Elvin has made a comeback. He's been in multiple things now. So whoever made that video trying to be funny and shame him actually helped his career.
That's right. Absolutely did. Absolutely did. Well, you know, this is the fun part of the show. We always get here right around an hour each time, Kim. I'd be so proud of us. You know, Lisa Ray says that she only dates wealthy men. Now, has anyone been watching The Queen's Court, which right now is with Lisa Ray, K. Michelle, and Delicious, which her first name, her real name keeps changing. They call her London. I'm seeing other stuff online. Has anybody watched The Queen's Court with Lisa Ray?
No.
Okay. So she says that she only dates wealthy men to avoid stressing over her expensive lifestyle. I actually agree with her. I think that there is zero reason to date Lisa Ray if you cannot afford Lisa Ray. Now Lisa Ray need to realize that her neck don't look the same no more, so she might need to relax a little bit. But Lisa Ray, I don't understand why she would be on a dating show if you only want to date wealthy men that can afford themselves and you. Kim, what were your thoughts on this?
I gotta come to me. Fine. I don't understand why Lisa Ray got so much backlash for this. Yes, Lisa Ray is 60. Yes, Lisa Ray is a grandmother. But at the end of the day, Lisa Ray has her own coins. And what she said to Carlos King is that she does date men that have a higher income, her income or higher, because one point that she made, she was like, I don't go on vacation for a weekend. I go on vacation for a month. Where you might be going to like an anniversary dinner is somewhere I'll just go for lunch. And I don't need you going broke trying to take me places that I can afford myself and that I have frequented for the last 40 plus years. You know what I mean? So I was very shocked about the backlash and like the vitriol that she was getting from men with making this statement. I think exactly.
Was it men or people, Kim? Men or people?
I read a lot of comments from men saying that she was delusional, like, bitch, you 60, who wants you? No man in their right mind is checking for a 60-year-old woman. So yes, it was a lot of men that had something to say about the fact that she said that she would only date a certain caliber of men. I didn't understand why this was odd.
Josh, do you think that it was audacious for her to come out with something like this?
You know what, man? I don't even care. Like,
she doesn't look anything like she looks in these pictures.
You know what? But you know, I mean, she did date the so-called, I think, was it the president of
the Prince of Egypt?
No, Turks and Caicos, right?
Barbados or Antigua or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so you know,
She was
once
sharing
you
this with Nicole Murphy. Go ahead.
Well,
I mean,
no, Nicole Murphy just cheated with him. But
I mean, my thing is once you have, you know, RPM, you're not going to get Texas Roadhouse. So I mean, it's just that's a lifestyle. That's a
Texas
lifestyle. So
Roadhouse. I had Texas Roadhouse for the first time when I was in Arizona recently,
them
and
rolls,
I didn't even get to the whatever they sell. I don't even know what they sell. I just had they biscuits or they rolls. Oh my God! Why do you have to make too much money to eat Texas Roadhouse rolls, Josh? I mean,
I'm just because man, she I mean she's dated statesmen that are allegedly very wealthy, so she has an accustomed taste. That's like, I mean, look, you know, I was hell when I was well. I didn't date ugly women, so hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't date, you know, women that didn't have benefits and was making minimum wage. You know, I had standards too. Like, so it's just like that's her standard. Like, that's her standard. It is what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I was, you know, me personally, if I was in that position and I was in a social circle and I had a shot at Lisa Ray, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't date her. I mean, we can hang out at the winery or something. It'd be on her, but I'm not gonna date her. Like,
I know that's right. And see, I'm glad you said that because I feel like, hey, Lisa, if you got it, which I just looked up her network, it says 4 million, so she makes drastically less than Sir Mix-a-Lot. Um, you, you should be able to pick your man, and y'all just hang out, y'all have a good time. You spend that cash. Jackie, do you agree with Lisa Ray?
I agree. I think the unfortunate part, this is no different from when Ebony K. Williams didn't want to date the bus driver.
That's it.
And all she said was, and the only question she asked was, did he own the bus? And you guys were mad for literally 5 days. DJ Envy, I mean, he cried about this. So it's interesting how you guys are saying like, oh, this is her preference, this is okay. But Ebony K. Williams said it a long time ago. She's a whole attorney, doing her thing. I think but Black women are not allowed to talk about money. Men can, white women can, Asian women can, but when Black women decide, hey, the money matters to me, it's about what she look like, what she has or don't have. She too old, she too this. If you can't afford to date her, then you just it's literally what, 8 billion people in the world. You don't have to date her. But for some reason, everybody gets in the uproar when Black women talk about the money, and I'm just really confused.
Well, but you know what my thing is? I think what happened is, first of all, I love Ebony K. Williams. I personally met her. She is a sweetheart and a beautiful woman. Congratulations on the baby, Ebony K. But I think the issue is that not that okay, men get upset about it, but also, you know, just keep it tongue in cheek. I mean, women be sitting up there at caping like they got the right to have those same type of standards.
These women are not poor. These particular women that we're talking about are not poor. And hell, if the poor woman don't want to date somebody without no money, why two broke people gonna get together? That don't make sense. So
I mean, in Trump's America, anything is possible.
I mean, that makes no sense. So once again, if this is not the woman for you, then allow her to be. I'd rather her come out and say this than to, you know, feel like she needs to for the, you know, like, oh, I'm just gonna, you know, love him the way he is, and then she ends up leaving him for somebody with more money.
I'm agreeing with Lisa Ray saying that because of her age, because as a 60-year-old woman, you in retirement, why on hell would you be dealing with somebody that don't have ample resources in the first place? You know what I'm saying? So I'm with her for having that standard. I just, you know, I don't think, you know, guys should kind of really be going hard at her because, you know, if you 62 or 60 years old, you know, and you about to get $1,700 a month in Social Security every month, you shouldn't be looking Lisa Ray's way. Agreed. You should just really like just You know, ask her to sign your napkin. You know, kiss it with the lip gloss and go on about your business. So, but it goes both ways. Like I think it's okay for women to have standards, but however, on the other side, when us men start spitting our standards out, like, oh, you know, height, weight, size,
Yo, that has
education.
never not been a thing where men
I was Jackie, baby.
have always made their standards extremely clear.
with that
Every
body,
day. What do you mean?
Why do you
with
think
that
women
body
are
positivity movement,
their
you know what I'm
bodies
saying? No.
This is
Which one is
always
it? Black,
been a thing.
which one is it? Man have standards or we sleep with anything? Which one is it?
First of all, let's be clear. Y'all will fake standards and sleep with anything. That's what it is. You will fake a standard. You will fake a standard when you're trying to get rid of a bitch that you shouldn't have never been with in the first place, and you want to get rid of her. Now you have these higher standards that she doesn't meet. But please be clear. What Jackie said is 100% true. Black men are always allowed to have a standard and opinion about anything. I think she hit it right, the nail on the head. Black women are always the ones that are punished. Black women are always the ones that we are nagged at when we try to say things exactly like what Lisa Ray said. Perfect example, like she said, what Ebony K. Williams said. So I don't think black men are winning this argument at all. Like absolutely not.
I think black men can win an argument because it's always because you know you contour the truth to fit whatever argument you're trying to prove. So it's all right because I think black men should have their standards just like we have our standards. But you say it's so-called change when we want to get rid of a chick, just like a chick realizes that she wants to get married after she done had four kids by two different men. I mean,
hey,
everybody can change their standards. We all learn and grow.
Everybody can change their standards. And I read something the other day that said that men use things against women that reflect back on them. They refer to a single mother as bad or demonize a woman for being a single mother, but it was actually a man that left her and made her a single mother. Like it's the unique things. So basically what the author was trying to say is that women are always held to these standards and like they're always criticized for things, whatever. But like if you look at the things they are criticized for, a lot of the times it's connected to a man. So
you know what I hear right there?
Go ahead.
You know what I hear? Who wrote that?
Who wrote that? I'll send it to you.
Don't send it to me.
Okay, but let me just ask this. She says a lot of men always say, "Oh, she has daddy issues." Why does she have daddy issues?
What I hear once again,
the man in her life left her. They say, single motherhood is terrible, and like, she should have made better choices. Who made her a single mother?
You know what I hear? There's no lack of self accountability.
It's
always the man's fault.
I am not saying that at all. I 100% believe every human being should be accountable, man or woman. But I'm just saying, when I read it in the text of what she was explaining, it did make sense.
Of course, it makes sense.
Okay.
From an emotional standpoint.
I don't even know what emotions are. I haven't had them since the 90s. Like
you ain't had emotions since good R&B was out.
No, boom, exactly. I ain't had it since then. I don't live in emotions at all.
It's just I really think that that sounds like the pandemic of lack of accountability. But when it comes to like relationships, everybody just needs to be accountable for their own being and dating your lane. Date your lane. You know what I'm saying? Occasionally you might shoot for the skies. You might get happy. You might get Angel Reese to buy you some wings that when she might be feeling lucky. You know what I'm saying? You never know. But just like I wouldn't try to date an Ebony K. Williams. It has nothing to do with income because whatever, but it's just lifestyle. And what she has to deal with being a public figure. I wouldn't try to date a Lisa Ray because she's 60. That would be a sugar mama to me.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I just feel people need to stop projecting their poor lifestyle upon these rich folk.
I agree. I totally agree. Now that we are aligned on. Totally agree.
We are aligned on that. I like that Lisa Ray said this. And if you keep saying it and you're single and you're on dating shows, I think that she'll realize that she's probably the problem. And that hey, if you got more coins than him, but you want to have a relationship, you might have to pay for the trip. At least
she's 60. I wish I would be 60 years old dealing with a broke mofo. I mean, if you ain't,
but it should be about money. If you're looking for love, you're gonna have to go get past your money, get past his money, and go with somebody who you are compatible with, who you have fun, who makes you laugh, who you love. And the money, I know plenty of women who make more than men who are in happy, healthy relationships. So, I mean, Lisa Ray have been all ran through Hollywood, probably. Everybody recycled. They all recycle. They all recycle the same women. We talk about this every week. Lisa Ray is probably no different. It's just a brand new wave of women coming through, like Summer Walker and all them people. So now Lisa Ray is done. So for her to talk like this at 60 and be single and be cheated on and be left, and you were once the first lady of an island, now you're back in Compton being a grandma on the Queen's Court with Rodney Peete and Holly Robinson Peete looking for love. What sense does that make?
I really think that this is personally probably going to hurt her more if she had a lower profile, because she's a beautiful woman. And she just, you know what I'm saying? If I was a woman, period, and I say this to all my female friends when we have personal conversations and stuff, you ain't got to speak your standard. When you carry yourself in a certain way, your aura and your standard speaks for itself, and it's only going to attract, the appropriate man. And even then, you should have the discernment to even know, like, this ain't even the line for me. Yeah, it's just not happening. But like I said, if she can have her standard, everybody should have it. That's what we need. We need standards. Everybody should have standards.
Yes.
Like, we had to at least read on the 6th grade level to get out of 8th grade in Chicago public schools. The standard is the standard. Yeah. Stick to it. Like, ain't nothing wrong with her for having a standard, but I'm with her. If I'm 60 years old, I'm in the 3rd, 4th quarter of my life. I need to be in the Mediterranean on the boat, getting all the quality and vitamin D that I need in my life. And I need to have a great Mediterranean diet so I can keep this skin tight. So I'm with her. Like, if I'm 60,
for you, because I don't want to.
I'm 60 years old. Don't be feeding me no cube steak. I can't eat that.
Oh, yes, you can. Yes, you can. Lisa Ray.
No way. White Castle's at 60? Come on.
Oh, God. No.
What are we doing here?
White Castle at 40. It'll take you out for 2 days. Like,
I need the Polo Lounge for lunch. I need, like, that great salad with fresh tomatoes, fresh mozzarella. Like, yeah, I'm with her. So
I mean, I don't understand why this caused such an uproar. I just think, again, for whatever reason, she's being dogged out for her age, for her past, because she's divorced. I mean, I don't understand why any of that was relevant to what she said to Carlos King's question. The question was, who are you trying to date? I am trying to date somebody that can afford me.
You know what? Me and Goodwin, I just want y'all to have that same energy when me and Goodwin popping that ish at 60 years old, and we telling you, look, you 60, your hip broke, you can't hang with us. We need girls that can move with fluidity. So, and we be like, that's our standard. That's all I'm just saying.
Again, if you are a 60-year-old man that want to date a 20-year-old woman, that is totally up to you.
What you just saw Christina Milian at 46. We not looking. I'm 60. Give me a Christina Milian 46. Then
I think that's fine. Like, hey, again, date who you want to date.
She doing whatever. Pilates and yoga. She can move. I'm good. What are you talking about?
Don't she got a song called "Dip It Low"?
Younger. You didn't say 40. So most
40 men, if I'm 60 years old, 40 is younger.
One guy's post that I said, Bitch, nobody is checking for a 60-year-old grandma. We looking for the 21 to 31-year-olds.
No,
I'm just saying.
At 60, you gotta be.
That's what men were saying.
For me, at 60 years old, you gotta be 40 and up, in the Pilates studio 3 times a week, yoga, know how to work a barbell, squat, keep the yams tight, and have all your teeth. Cool.
Well,
and no weaves, wigs, or braids.
You want to know what those are called, Goodwin?
Go ahead.
No.
What are those called?
What they call widow something? Hospice wives, right? Well, I'll say this. I'll take.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
I'll take a 60-year-old worth $4 million. Shit, I think
that's the standard. Look,
she ain't got to work out. She ain't got to work out. Nothing. We can eat Giordano's and drink.
She can be a motorized wheelchair rolling right on up.
I can't.
Just make me your power of attorney. Thank you. Josh, in our final segment, we're going to go to you and we're going to say why. And you probably have some friends that you can relate to.
What?
Why are men becoming increasingly uninterested in relationships and marriage? And we might have answered this question in the previous segment, but why are men becoming increasingly uninterested in relationships and marriage? And when I first saw this, I thought that I think women are becoming less interested in marriage and relationships. But hey, this is the question. Josh, you got some friends out there. I know I have plenty who are not interested in marriage, and they are interested in relationships. Mm-hmm. I don't know about how monogamous they want the relationship to be, but they are definitely not interested in marriage. How are you and your bros out there in the DMV looking on relationships and marriage?
Well, I mean, what's the benefit of it? I mean, I'll wait. What's the in my like to call cipher? If you are, a black man that meets a social criteria that puts you in the more desirable category, you 6 feet, 6'2", gray hairline, making, I ain't even gonna say 100K because that's you making 180 at least, 205. You know what I'm saying? You have no children. Your credit score is at least 775. I mean, what's the benefit of you getting married? Because more than likely, the women that you come across that unfortunately are in your aura, either one, she's probably making just as much as you. So that can be a little bit of competitiveness. And usually most men that make that type of money, they're not necessarily looking for somebody they want to chase the bag with. They want somebody that's, more like, they want somebody, they want to go out and, catch what they eat while, the woman necessarily may, primarily, manage the household, maybe raise a child or educate a child. Or if you meet somebody that's not making as much, she might feel uncomfortable with your lifestyle and feel that, she doesn't fit in with what you have, or that, she's not comfortable with, being with somebody that makes that much, or, she might feel some type of way, or either he might feel she'll go there. So it's like, and overall, like, and also, I don't really think that in general, because my friends that are not married or single, they actually do want to get married and have children. They really do. But it's just that they're not afraid of that. They actually afraid of the divorce. They're not afraid of relationship or the marriage. It's a divorce. Like, okay, I do want to get married. I do want to have children. I do want to have a family, and dedicate my life and my meaning towards that. But it's the doggone divorce. You like, if we come into the grocery store and I'm walking out and I have a cart full of groceries, but then all of a sudden you came in with just the regular, disposable bag. But when we leave, you walking out with the bag, the whole cart, and I'm the one standing here with the little buggy with just some deodorant in. How does that make sense? So it's like they feel, and I've had this conversation with, just, more than a few. It's like they stand more to lose than the gain from that financial aspect. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why even bother? Like, I'm still getting everything I want. I'm still gonna get the sex, still gonna get the company. You know what I'm saying? I can fly shorty out for an 8-day vacation, see what's good, whatever, have my fun, and then like, why even bother? Like,
I agree with you in a lot of that. Raising a teenage son. Well, teenage be grown now. I definitely, tell him to take care of yourself first. This is the time where you have some independence. You're gaining independence. You're still being provided for by your parents as you grow and mature. This is fun times. So no need to try to wipe somebody up or be jump in and out of relationships, probably breaking people's hearts or getting your heart broken. If you are open and honest with everyone and with yourself, just say, hey, we can be cool. We don't have to be in a relationship. You can see who you want to see. I can see who I want to see. And if it grows, let it grow. But 18, 20, 25 is not the time for that. Being married, being 41, you know, I can having a family. That was, I think that we were just kind of taught, the society taught us that, hey, this is what you should do. You should get you a wife, get you a husband, have you some kids, and that's going to make, and you'll be happy. Make as much money as you can. I think that society has definitely changed now, where having kids does not constitute having a family. You can have a dog or a bird or hell, now you can have a damn robot. Um, and
kids
have
are expensive, man, bro. Kids
yeah,
are expensive. I mean, for me personally, I mean, 50 education. I mean, schools, 58 G's a year.
well, no, that's not the normal person. Okay,
No,
my
no,
kids
no.
go to
If you
public,
want your kids to know how to read and write and
no,
learn and
no,
be, because
no.
that competition is not here in the United States of America. That competition is sitting over there in London, Europe, India, China, over there cold doing etc.
I agree with that. But you
So
can definitely find a good public school, and the most important thing about it is you have to parent. And my kids can go to a public school, and when they come home, I parent. So if I don't see that they are up to par, then I have to step in. Most people don't make Joshua Jackson money. So
you know
what
what?
you do.
To those who say most people don't make Josh Jackson money, a lot of people actually do make Josh Jackson money. I don't make that much, but a lot of people necessarily also would not have taken the risk and made the choices that I made as well.
That's understood. That's understood. But
But
at the end of the day, we don't have I don't have Josh Jackson money.
that's how much schools cost out here.
Look,
Schools cost $800 a week. And I'm
schools
like,
cost school fees and my damn taxes. That's what schools cost around here. Okay. But what I'm saying is that I think that I don't think this is just a man thing. I think this is a people thing. And on the Unapologetic Podcast, we get into man versus woman a lot, because we have a male host and a female host, and that's what we do. I think that it's great. And we have great guests like Josh Jackson and Jackie. who fuel the fire to these conversations, all family, But I just think that it is just most people, especially with the accessibility. We didn't have no DMs to slide into. Back in the day. With accessibility, nobody is really interested in just being with one person because it's always somebody, and it really doesn't matter how fat, how much money you have, if you got one leg, it does not matter. People are just extra sexual and extra curious to just see and get something new. Kim,
You
what are
know
your
what? You know what? Actually, before Ken speak, I want to say this to all the men out here who desire and wish to be a husband. That's a major responsibility, and I think what comes with being a husband and a wife, people are not appropriately educated on the dedication and the work that comes to that. Especially like the roles are hybrid now. Being a husband, you have your traditional accountability and responsibility, but the what you have to manage in terms of being a husband and managing your partner, your wife, you have to. The main idea is to protect, allegedly, right? But that extends beyond that of a physical realm.
Mm-hmm.
You also have to protect, your family spiritually, emotionally, mentally, financially, and that is the heavy lift right there with what's out there, the influences of the world, and the change from so-called traditional values being more hybrid, and what we absorb. It's time. It's like I think I said this to one of my other brothers. It's like you protecting your spouse from themselves. Their own personal vices, and from your own personal vices. And I think that you should not consider being a husband or being a father until you reach a precipice in your mindset where you feel that my life is no longer about me. My life is to serve and what I can do for my family and for others. Once your mindset flips to that, then you're ready. Because I remember in my early 30s, I said, I'm on a good track. I got what the kids call motion. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the wave, and I said, and for me, it's about what I can do for my family, what I can do and what I can do for others to help others move along. Like that's what I celebrate. Me helping another young brother take his HVAC technician job to a multi-million-dollar company. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's about, family and legacy, and that's my number one priority. So when you flip to that mindset, then you're ready to have that plan. Until you flip to a service-based mindset, just stay single. So
you know what, Josh, I completely agree with you there. Responsibility. And I feel like most men, and I'm not gonna, I'm gonna take accountability for men here and speak generally. Most men do not, probably never get to that where they are able to come out of themselves and put a wife first and put kids first. And we're talking about, with kids, we're talking about a good 20, let's just say 20 years that you really have to give up and sacrifice your life for them. And, to have a wife and to protect and provide. And provide is not only monetary, as you said. You said sometimes you got to help people get out their own way. And you said some very important things here that what we feel like are uh, important roles for a husband and a father. And I have to be honest, when I started a relationship at 19. I had 3 kids at 25. And when I look back, I'm like, well, damn, you missed out on so much. And I try to give, I don't live through my son, but I just try to give him that look. You don't want to be like me, live your life. But I do feel like that was, I was called to do that. That was my personality. So I don't get upset and go out and go out and cheat or go out and do whatever because of it, because that's just not me, and it's not me at 41, and I accept that. So you have to accept who you are. But I do think that for most men, this is not increasing. This is just how it is. Most men don't do marriage for the right reasons. They do marriage to lock that one up that they don't want to get away.
Yeah, or they're giving an ultimatum, sometimes. So either way, when you are not taking a service first attitude, when you are if it's about service first, sacrifice, and not being selfish, what I like to call selflessness. If you're not rolling with those S's and mindset, you know what I'm saying, it's going to be a very, very, it's going to be difficult for you to grasp and adjust to that level of responsibility and accountability. Like it really is. Some people kind of grow into that role, but the bumps and bruises you might put your family through in the process of you doing that, sometimes that damage might be irreversible. So, for me, I think once you switch to that service first attitude where it's about your family and your kids, and you want to just you just want to be a better friend, better brother, better husband, where you just want to be a service to others, and just make sure that everyone around you is good, then that's the right mindset to have. And when you have that mindset and you emulate that, like I said, in terms of the same thing with women, you will probably it's going to be some stragglers, but you're going to attract a very supportive, probably like-minded woman that wants that sees the value in that and wants to be like, okay, I can do this with you. So yeah.
And I feel like today's woman does not get that. I feel like our mothers and grandmothers from, they got that. But today's woman feels like because they make X amount of dollars, because they have X amount of education, that they forget that they have a role that they have to play in the relationship too, and how it's designed. And we talk about Bible. What you everything that you just said is basically what the Bible tells us about marriage and about ourselves and what we should do in our time on this earth, and being serviceable and being nice to people. And I think that for non-believers, I don't know what they can go to. I know I know what I can go to, and it's up to me to say, hey, I'm going to try to live my life according to what the word is saying, and be a giver and be as serviceable as Jesus Christ was. If you are able to discipline yourself in that, you first of all, you will be content and you'll be happy with your lifestyle, because that's what it is. In the end, it's like, oh, this person got this, or I want this, or I'm craving this. And it's like, that's not good for you, but you go do it anyway. So if you have that discipline, you will be okay. But I don't think that today, especially, and we're in the last days anyway, it is increasing on both ends. Kim, I've never saw you sit this silent in my life.
This is a world record.
She's not even on mute,
Oh wow, she got on mute. Go ahead, Kim. I'm gonna put my mic on mute. I'm putting my mic on mute. Go ahead, Kim.
I'm gonna put it on mute too. You sent this story to the chat. Why don't you explain why you did that and your opinion on this, and we can end from there.
I sent the story because I wanted a male opinion on it. I am in a giving mood today, so I'm going to give y'all the last 20 minutes of everything that y'all just said to believe, and I think that's a great place to end it.
All right. Well, this is the season of giving. This is Thanksgiving Eve, and I've had a great time with you all. And
what just happened?
There's a song. Hey, Josh, there's a song by Aretha Franklin. I know you love Aretha. We talked about Cynthia Erivo today. It's called Ever Changing Times. So today is an ever changing time where the actual and factual Kim Smith gave it up. She gave it all.
What's going on?
When people
are the Russians coming? What's going on? Wait,
the Russians are coming. The Russians are
when
coming.
People have formed in their mind the things that they have formed. Sometimes you have to leave them on the raft. Sometimes they have to go down with the Titanic. And in the last 18 minutes and 30 seconds that you all were talking, that's the conclusion that I came to.
You don't agree with what we were saying?
I didn't say I agreed or disagreed. I think people had some points. I give you that. I think people had some points.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna have to do unapologetic overtime for this one because I can't believe Kim has nothing to say.
So many words, but it's okay. It's Thanksgiving Eve. And we're gonna wrap. We're gonna get back to our house. We're gonna get back to our catered food and things like that. And we're gonna let y'all have it today. Y'all needed the win. We're gonna let y'all have it.
You know what?
Bears.
My Thanksgiving is catered, and I'm also drinking my own wine from my own brand and my own distribution. I'm gonna keep adding to it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Tell us about it.
It's just I've been doing this for some years. Wines for Humanity. You know what I'm saying? I've been in the wine distribution business for over almost 20 years. So I have my own wines. I got my Merlots. I got some rosé because I like to have a little rosé and Danish in the morning. And I also got my I got a tawny port that I would enjoy with a cigar after I had dinner with my family, my catered Thanksgiving. So it's cool.
I'm just waiting on the invite to DC going. You know what I mean? I'm just waiting on the invite. When are we can go and do the show there? I'm just waiting on the invite.
Yeah, anytime. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Anytime. Come on up to my loft right here. We got nice chairs. I got the art. You want me to turn the camera around? I got, we can
we're coming. That's on our 2025 agenda, okay?
Anytime. Good with no, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You come out here, I'm picking you up from the airport. You ain't even got to get Uber Black. I'm gonna pick you up.
What? Oh, wait, 2025.
I don't want you to pick me. I want you to send for me. I want
you want the guy with the sign?
Yes.
Sir Goodwin live.
Unapologetic Podcast.
Unapologetic Podcast.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That person with that sign will be.
But no, I do think that we're gonna shelve that discussion, and I think we're gonna come back and have an actual discussion on y'all last 18 minutes. I think that there was some points made, but I do think that there are some things that were kind of skipped over. I think that men living in the past is very interesting to me because I feel like women of today keep getting compared to grandmothers and things like that, but being neglected at the fact that grandfathers actually took care of full households. I think that men keep using that trope when it's not the same on both. Like it's just not. You can't stand on one side and say society has changed so much, 50-50 households are the only way that we can function, but then also compare women to your grandma and your great grandma and things like that. I just feel like men gotta have to kind of choose a line. And like I said, we don't have to get into it tonight, but I do think that this is a really good conversation that we can come back to. We can add the more respective parties that I think would be great for this conversation. But if we're going to keep pushing that narrative, then we need to have a serious conversation on what line men are really falling on. That's all.
You know, during the show, the Lord always gives me a title of the show.
Oh,
And
God.
from beginning to end, it has just been ever-changing times. And I'm going to listen to, if you all have not heard, have you all heard this song? Are you all familiar with that song?
No.
So Ever-Changing Times is a song with Aretha Franklin and Michael McDonald. It's a beautiful song. Beautiful song. And it is so appropriate because, what you say?
I said I'm looking it up now. Go ahead.
Yeah. It is, times are always changing. But with technology now, it is just taking things to another level. And I do think that technology has made us lazy. So from relationships to catered food. I mean, wow. Ever-changing times, relationships, catered food on Thanksgiving. We're talking about catered food on Thanksgiving. I would stay home.
Wow.
I would stay home.
To be honest, let me tell you, if I was in the DMV area, I would come and I'd bring the Pepsi. I would come. Like, y'all decided collectively in y'all household y'all don't want to cook, but you still gonna send me an invite. You know what? Matter of fact, I would stop and get the scotch.
Yeah,
go ahead and put on your bar because
I would go. I would go to, like, my friend. She's doing catered food. I'm considering going, but I know that my first stop
is your grandma's house. Now, my first stop would definitely be Tanya's house. 100%.
Yeah.
But if I want to come through later and get something. Is it black catered food or what are the others? Is it the others or is it us?
It's us. It's out of Baltimore.
Okay.
It's out of Baltimore. It's us. The food was picked up in Baltimore, aka The Wire from the 90s. Yes, it was.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
It's out of Baltimore.
All right, then you know what?
The chef is a black woman. Yeah.
Oh, shout out to that. Okay. Shout out to black business.
And tell her to, and I'm pretty sure she can cook it to black people's standards and not
yes, that has flavor. Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
I'm gonna have to ask you about this jerk turkey too. I keep hearing about it. It's not for me, but I do want to know how it tastes.
No, jerk turkey and then jerk duck. Oh.
Now I've had regular duck. I don't know about. I don't know how I feel about the jerk part, but do you eat jerk for the seasoning or for the heat?
For the seasoning. I don't mind the heat, but everybody can't take the heat like me.
Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah, so I do it for the seasoning. Okay. I do it for the if it's just myself, I need the heat. But if it's for everybody, it's actually for me. It's a compromise of me just having seasoning.
Okay,
flavor.
Got it.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, I want everyone who has watched us live on Instagram, Facebook, and will watch us on YouTube once this show ends to have a great and blessed and safe and fulfilling in many ways Thanksgiving. And we are live on all podcast platforms. We want to thank Jackie, who joined us from this great city of Chicago. We want to thank Josh Jackson, who is joining us from Potomac, Maryland. For
Real Housewives of Potomac.
From Potomac, Maryland, with the catered Thanksgiving meal and the $58K per year for education. We want to thank you, black man. I learned from you. I want to be like you when I grow up. And I am going to take you up on your offer. I do see Kim, myself, Jamal, Ian Chappelle live in the DMV in 2025 for us. I think that is a great. I
got the couch, my chair. I got two chairs. We can all bring the equipment.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
That's a good idea. I love these.
It's gonna be a good suite down the street, and yes, so y'all can have boys time or whatever. I show up for the show, then I'm gonna go back to the spa at the hotel. Like I see it. I see the vision. I love it.
I have a lot of cousins. I have female cousins down there that come. we gonna work on that.
Potomac, Maryland, we can hang out at the Congressional Polo Club. You know how it is.
Okay,
because he said Potomac, Maryland, because that's what's the Potomac, Maryland, the Congressional Polo Club.
Well, look, I can get me some polo on. Let's do it.
Kim, happy Thanksgiving to you and your family down there in the 618. I was supposed to be there.
I know, we were so excited.
Oh my God.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I'll be back soon.
Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving. God bless you all. Thank you all. We out.